Ben, tonight I want to talk about our favorite Star Wars movies.
That sounds great to me. That's my favorite topic is Star Wars, so let's do it.
Put them together, rank them 1 to 8, and walk through, right?
Yeah, absolutely. 1 to 8. Can't believe it's been 8 movies now.
I know.
8 movies.
And 9 is coming out now or soon.
Yeah, now. I'm not sure when we're going to post this one. We record a couple episodes in a row, folks. So
we're about a week away, roughly.
Yeah, from at the time of this recording, we are a week away from The Last Jedi. Have you bought your tickets yet?
Not yet.
Yeah.
I mean, do you pre-order?
No, I usually don't.
No?
The last 2 years for Rogue One and Force Awakens, I bought them same day, no problem. But now that you book your seats on AMC, I was checking the app like a week or two ago, to see if the seats are filling up, and they're filling up. So I was like, let me get the seats so I can see this opening night. I'm seeing it at like 11 o'clock at night.
Okay, I probably won't see it opening night.
Really?
Yeah, I'll probably wait till the day after or something.
Oh man,
I know. I'm
just gonna now opening
night.
night as in, because I mean technically it comes out Friday, but they have the Thursday showing. So will you see it Saturday?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, could be a Saturday show.
All right.
Or Friday afternoon. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Dave is on the fence right now. We'll see. What
But I am
does.
excited about the movie.
Okay.
So I have.
Well, I'm glad you're excited.
Medium expectations. Medium to high, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's. I'm. The more I see of it, I want to stop watching trailers because there was a trailer I saw today that everything was the same I've seen so far. It's like, okay, great, and at the end something happens where I wish I didn't see. I wish I would have saved it for the movie.
Oh, I hate when they give too much away.
Yes, so I'm not going to give it away here because I don't want to do that.
Seen that
yeah,
yet.
so it was awesome, but at the same time I would want to have saved that for the actual movie experience.
Understood.
But what are you going to do? But yeah, that's super excited for it, and I'm getting more excited the more I watch of it.
Speaking of this movie coming up, also, my wife and I were just at Disney. We went to Hollywood Studios.
Oh, okay.
And we went to the Star Tours ride. They updated it for the scenes, the planets of the new movie.
Oh, cool.
They just did that not long ago.
Had you gone on that ride since they redid it like a couple years ago? Okay.
Yeah. I did it like a long time ago, and it was really lame. And then they updated it like recently, and then it was much better. And then now they've got new stuff.
Isn't it like different every time, right?
I think that's what they do now, yeah.
Okay, did you see any of the new stuff in the one you went on?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, cool.
And I think in the future they're going to do they're going to split off by era. So like the old trilogy will maybe have like a different ride. Remember how if you remember, Vader comes out in one where he's chasing you, and this one it's Kylo Ren.
Oh, cool.
So maybe they'll have you can choose your path. I think I heard. So if you want to do
nice.
the original trilogy ride, you can do that. Or if you want to do the new stuff, you can do the new stuff.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you can actually choose.
Yeah, you're gonna have a path.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like that a lot better rather than just being random. I guess they go ride it again to see this planet again or whatever. But yeah, that's really cool. And yeah, they're building a whole Star Wars land there.
Yeah, that's coming out in 2 years.
Man.
So I cannot wait to see that.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I might wait because I haven't been to Disney in we used to go all the time. I haven't been in 2 years now. I might wait till then.
Wait for then, yeah.
Exactly.
It'll be amazing.
Right.
Yeah. Enough about Disney.
Yeah.
Let's get into
it's
movies.
Disney, we're talking Star Wars here. Now, so yeah, we wanted to give our rankings of each movie. So in all 8 movies, we're going to rank them and obviously give our favorites, at the end. But we're going to start from least to best, right?
Yeah, I think, and I don't know if you're doing favorites here. I'm trying to just be best movie. Worst movie to best movie.
I agree there.
You might have a soft spot for a particular movie, but
I'm not going to lie, the soft spots might affect my list, but...
Okay. But it shouldn't
for the
be
most... Go ahead.
If you like one scene, that doesn't make it number one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree. Okay,
it's got to be the best movie.
Yes, I'd say mine is pretty well balanced. So let's just get into it. Let's give each of our list. So let's just go one by one.
Yeah.
You want to kick us off?
I will. The worst Star Wars movie made is Attack of the Clones.
Well, I'll give you mine in a second, but it's terrible.
Okay.
It is awful.
Not a good movie. It's very disjointed. There's some cool CGI stuff, and you get to see a lot of Jedis with different color lightsabers. The story's a mess. Anakin is the worst in this movie of all movies. This one almost just ruined Hayden Christensen, and the acting is bad. Natalie Portman, who was critically regarded as a good actress, is awful in all of these movies.
Honestly, I think the worst part of the prequels is the acting.
Yeah.
To me. Yeah, there's silly moments. There's some questionable CGI at points, but to me, it's the acting that really sets these movies apart in a bad way.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
No question.
the original Star Wars movies weren't the greatest acting. I'm not going to lie. You know, Mark Hamill, you know, there's some questionable scenes there, but Hayden Christensen
He was
it's unfortunate. He didn't even have moments. Like, it was just so just stale. But Attack of the Clones, yes, it is terrible.
I like Ewan McGregor. I like him as Obi-Wan.
I agree.
His like it's like a detective story that just kind of, I don't know, it's just the way it reveals itself. It's not that great.
Right. I mean, what's your favorite part of that movie? Like, what is there anything you do like about that movie?
Yeah, seeing Yoda fight Count Dooku was pretty amazing. The lightsaber battles were really good.
Yeah, the action scenes were cool. I actually kind of liked the Obi-Wan stuff. I kind of liked him.
Really?
You know, that, you know, him getting into the temple, researching things, asking Yoda, you know, what's what, and, you know, you see the younglings and stuff.
I like the idea of it, but I didn't think it was done well.
Okay. No, I mean, I don't either. I'm trying to find redeeming things. Yeah, I mean, this movie's terrible. I'm not going to lie.
You know what I also didn't like was the guy who played Jango Fett. He was such a nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be because we never see Boba Fett, and he's a fan favorite.
Right.
Never see his face. So make his dad be like, or whatever, you know, be like a really awesome guy, like a compelling character. Instead, he's just nothing. He's like not interesting at all.
Well, in turn, he basically, that is what Boba is. That is who Boba is. That's who he looks like. That's because basically Boba in the movie is a clone of him.
Right. But I would just like a better personality.
Yeah, no, I agree. You're right. And they even added like his voice as Boba Fett in like the special editions and stuff. Which for continuity and stuff,
that's not bad.
It makes sense. But yeah, he wasn't the greatest choice for that movie, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm not gonna argue with you on that being your worst. I just have.
What's your worst?
You're done with that? Mine is I put Phantom Menace worse than that. Just because, I mean, it's heavy with Jar Jar. Jar Jar is probably the worst addition ever to the franchise of Star Wars. And Jake Lloyd, the little boy who plays Anakin, just terrible choice. Again, the actors they choose for Anakin, just awful. I mean, yes, I mean the Darth Maul stuff is awesome. That whole fight at the end with Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, awesome. But just the rest of the movie, I mean, it's just, it just bugs me. I mean, Jar Jar Binks, just tone him down a little. Like, he doesn't even have to be that crazy, stupid. Yeah. Like,
who could watch that and say this is great?
Right. Especially the voice you chose for him and,
it's the most
everything
obnoxious,
like that. Yeah. I mean,
let's just piss off our audience,
right?
For the sake that maybe a couple of kids will find it a little bit funny. Even kids thought it was stupid.
they did. They did.
This guy's an idiot.
What an idiot! What is he doing that for?
So I can't disagree with you.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, it's just that's how I fall. Just I don't know. For some reason, if I were to, I don't know. I could go back and forth. Like I said, it's like picking.
Well,
you know.
Well, to that, my number 7 is the Phantom Menace.
Okay, well there you go. See, I mean that's where it is. And my number 7 is Attack of the Clones.
Okay, so we're right there.
Exactly.
It's just a coin toss at this point, right?
Pretty much.
The only thing I'll say, I guess, what I liked most between the two, if I go by this way, is I like Qui-Gon Jinn a lot.
Yeah, I mean Liam Neeson.
I thought he was really good.
I agree. Yeah, I mean Liam Neeson. It's hard to go wrong with him.
There was enough there, like revealed about what the Force is. I know they introduced midichlorians, which was probably stupid, but at least you got some like exposition, and you could. I don't know. It was really good. I liked him. He was more like he had his own like take on what being a Jedi was, which was actually at odds with the Council.
I agree.
You know, he was like independent. He more thought for himself. And I think I touched on this in our Empire episode, where we know from the prequels that the Jedis, they're supposed to be like open-minded and in the moment and stuff, but they let their own prejudices cloud their decision-making, whereas they like criticize other people. So anyway, Qui-Gon Jinn was doing a really good thing, at least, you know, by taking this kid on just out of the kindness of his heart and like
Well, and he even thought he was the chosen one. But yeah, like to your point, I mean, even at his dying breath, he was saying, please train him. Like, even though the council says not to, you must train him. He is the chosen one.
He gave his life for the kid so that he could like do something like. And it's also there's a reveal there about in this movie where he dies and then they reveal how they can communicate after they die.
So they bring that up again in Revenge of the Sith at the end. They bring up because.
Yeah, well, so that starts in other words, that's the connection.
Yeah.
So you learn about that. He's kind of obviously he's a major character. Definitely. Not only does he meet Anakin and like kind of save his spot, but he also like finds this amazing breakthrough, this like rogue Jedi that's like always criticized by the councils, like the greatest of all.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, he is. He does find a breakthrough. Like I said, yeah. Yeah, because Obi-Wan obviously didn't know you could do this. Yoda, found out. I think they brought this up, which is canon now. The Clone Wars cartoon, it showed how Yoda found out about this, and he was able to, implement that.
Oh, really?
Qui-Gon Jinn. Yeah, it's really cool. It's a really cool arc in that show. That show like goes in arcs. Like they have like 3-episode arcs where it's a certain story in that 3 episodes.
Huh? Definitely. You've seen like all the seasons?
I haven't. I've seen certain arcs. I haven't seen everything yet.
I think I watched part of the first season and I liked it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool.
Maybe I'll just throw it on, when I'm looking for something.
It makes Anakin tolerable,
Yeah. I remember that. I liked. Yeah, they made all the characters. It's like this cartoon is better than all these movies.
Exactly.
Or animated.
I mean, there's certain aspects. There's a lot of aspects in this movie. Like on paper, I'd say these movies are great. I kind of like the politics of it. I like the, how Palpatine was in the shadows the whole time and how that came to fruition, things like that. But the execution of everything was just awful. But that's our 8 and 7. It gave my number 7. So what's your number 6?
My number 6 is the movie that will get your anger. I think
geez.
You know where I'm going here.
I have a feeling.
My number 6 is The Force Awakens.
Whew, okay. Deep breaths.
Yeah, I was very disappointed, but I didn't like what it was gonna do. When I heard about it, I didn't really like the previews. I didn't like the movie.
So you weren't even that excited going into it.
I wasn't. I didn't. I really didn't want this for the 7th movie or the 7th movie.
Okay.
I wanted a new story. I think I've been over this. I wasn't crazy about the casting. I think Adam Driver's a good actor, but I don't think he belongs in this saga, to be honest.
Okay.
He's good in other things. I just don't think he fits in that role.
Right.
And I had enough of Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford. I love them, but I could have moved on. I could have only done with Luke being the only bridge. That would have been just fine for me in some way.
Okay.
And it's good. It's technically good, but in a lot of ways, it just looks like it's like a shot-for-shot remake for some scenes of like A New Hope and parts of the original trilogy, which is fine because it's updated and it looks amazing, but it's not that original. And the Mary Sue thing with Rey. So I'll stop here.
I'm trying to respect your opinion. I do respect your opinion. I highly disagree with you.
That's fine.
What is shot for shot? What's a shot for shot remake?
Just the way they have the same aesthetic. They went back and just looked at the way things were then, and we're gonna do it the same way. Let's put it right in the same frame.
Desert planet type thing,
stuff like that. The way the ships are, because they did a great job the first time because they went off of like dogfights from World War II, like real footage.
Right.
So they almost like kind of did that, and it evokes. It's the same score. It just looks too familiar. It looks like they're sticking too close to the source material as a safe bet, which is good because it was great, and now we're going to get more movies. But I feel it as I'm watching it. I'm like, okay, I know this moment. I can't say exactly when it happened, what movie, but like this is too familiar.
That argument makes me wonder, like with that logic, like why you like Rogue One so much. I
think it does it in an original way, and it does different things with characters that.
How originally could you be there? Because this world is already established. This world is already.
Well, they could do there's infinite possibilities with this world. All you really need are some Sith, the Jedi, and some stuff that looks familiar.
That's not an original, though, to just do Sith and Jedi over and over
again. Or whatever. You could do one side only. Just tell the story of a.
Well, I think. That's what I think these anthology movies are going to do. They're going to tell different stories, with different, like you said, Rogue One, they did it in an original way. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But with the episodic whatever episode movies, it's about the Skywalkers. It's about, how that, comes to be, and same shots and stuff. Yeah, I mean, they're gonna bring familiarity to it, because people complained about that with the sequels, like, oh, it's so different, like this isn't Star Wars, and then this comes out, people are like, oh, this is too Star Wars, So I mean, that just,
I thought it was.
Yeah, I mean, to each their own.
I don't think the story is that good. I think the factions thing is confusing.
They didn't do a good job of explaining the state of the galaxy. Right. I totally agree with you, and they almost make you have to read the books, because I read this book Bloodline. It's all about Leia and her politics and stuff, and cool. The state of it, and it takes place 6 years before The Force Awakens, and it has to do with how the Resistance was formed.
Yeah.
And that gave me so much insight as to what the state of everything was and things. So, but you shouldn't have to do that, No, you shouldn't have to read the books.
Yeah, that's my,
I totally get where you're coming from.
I think I was on, like, Wikipedia trying to learn about what's the First Order. Who are these people again?
Yeah.
Why do they do what they do?
You shouldn't have to wait a whole movie again, because I assume they're going to explain more in Last Jedi. But maybe not.
I think they just waited too long with these people.
Yeah.
If they'd made, you can't go back in time, but
right.
a 15-year gap. Now we're like, in the 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's too far for these people. You can't really get to know. I don't know. It's just too disjointed to me.
Okay.
Before. It's like, hey, remember these people? We're just going to do kind of a similar thing that we used to do with these people,
right.
But we're trying to bridge you to another story.
I get it. Yeah. For me, I'll talk about it when we get to it on my list. My number 6 is Revenge of the Sith. So I mean, basically in order from their release dates, but backwards.
Right.
Revenge of the Sith. Best of the prequels.
Yeah.
I do like, how they showed how Vader turned and things. Happened too quickly for me. I think the whole movie the beginning should have been him turning, and the rest of the movie I think should have been him conflicted with it, and then there should have been something final to happen that really just totally just solidified it, that he was gonna be who he is.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, I like this movie. I'm not going to even say I hate this movie, because it's the best of the prequels. I enjoy what they did, and I think it has great action. Again, just wish they would have done a little differently with how he turned and how quickly he turned.
Well, yeah, I agree, and this is actually my number 5.
Okay, so yeah.
So we're right. I'm right here with you.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't like. Hayden Christensen was so bad. I mean, he's better in this movie, but the logic, like. You're clearly being lied to, and maybe that's a problem with Palpatine. It's like, this guy is, I don't know. It's obvious to anyone. Anyone could see that he's being played all along.
Right.
Maybe it's just too obvious to the audience or something. He's like, this guy obviously set up the situation to make you do this. He's lying to you. You know, like he's. If you can't see that this guy's manipulating,
I know, yeah. It's like, I just so happened to tell him about a dream where people died, and then you're going to tell me the story about he even had the ability to stop people from dying.
Yeah.
The audience is like, oh, this is always turning up, and Anakin's just like, oh, tell me more. Yeah. So yeah, I get what you're saying there.
But I like the action in it.
Definitely.
It's the best of probably the best. Yeah, it's the best of everything for the prequels.
And again, I love the ending too, with them holding Luke as a baby with the twin sons, and just such a great way to end it.
Yeah, I also like the opening battle in this. This is a good space battle.
Yeah,
they're flying in together, and those two little.
And
ships.
like the promotions and stuff, like General Grievous was supposed to be this great character, and he was
lame.
Yeah. But I like the darkness of this. I love, they first 15 minutes of the film chops Count Dooku's head off.
Yeah,
which is something intense, Star Wars. Yeah, it seems like the most violent thing Star Wars has done to that point. Do it.
Yeah.
And I also love the actual scene where all the Jedi are getting killed.
Yeah,
very Godfather-like. That that montage of them getting killed. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
That was
killing the Jedi all over the galaxy. Yeah,
exactly. And emotional. You see, and then Yoda feeling it. Like, that was.
I'm with you.
Awesome. So yeah, I mean, Hayden Christensen's a terrible actor in this as well, but
yeah,
I still enjoy this movie.
Yeah, me too. It's a good movie. I guess if that's it on that movie, I got my number 4. Or do you have to do your? Oh, no, you got number 5, right? Did you give your?
Yeah, my number 5. My number 5 is, again, I love this movie too. So just basically from 5 to 1 is just amazing movies. But I have to give the edge to certain movies.
Yeah.
My number 5 is A New Hope, the original Episode 4.
Okay.
A New Hope.
Wow.
Is my number 5. This is probably the movie I watched the least as a kid of the Star Wars movies. I watched the least. The more I watch it now as an adult, the more I like it.
Okay.
I just the 4 other movies, I just
really
it hits me more.
Wow.
Okay.
I just gotta say that's a bit low.
Sorry, man.
This is the one that started everything.
4 other amazing movies that hit me harder than this one does.
Okay.
I love this movie, so I mean, there's not much
It's a great movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
I have it much higher in my list.
Okay.
So, I'll just save my comments. For
Yeah, we'll talk about it when we get it to it on your list. So what's your number 4?
Return of the Jedi.
Okay, so I figured you'd have this higher actually.
Yeah, I thought I would too, but there's another one in there. So,
well, yes, there is.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi. I love this. This is the one I think I watched the most as a kid, of all of them.
Yeah, same here. I watched this definitely the most.
I feel like I've seen this movie 100 times.
Yeah,
at least. So it's one. It's probably like my soft spot favorite.
Okay.
If I was to just go on that on that criteria, not like what's the best movie, because this movie has some problems.
I could see doing that too.
Yeah. So, but
we'll talk about this in an episode as well, so we'll get more in depth.
I don't want to talk too much on it.
Yeah, we'll get more in depth on it. But yeah, I mean, but again, even with your soft spot, I'm surprised it's so low. But
I don't know. But there's so many great movies.
I know. So do you want to just jump to my number 4 then? Yeah. My number 4 is Rogue One. Rogue One is my number 4. Such an awesome movie. Such a war movie, but in the Star Wars universe. Yeah. And again, we talked about this on our last episode, so get our thoughts on that.
Yeah. So let's move ahead then, right? Is that on Rogue One or no?
Yeah, I mean, because Rogue One. I mean, again, you can hear everything I had to say about it in our last episode. So that's my number 4. What's your number 3?
Yeah, my number 3 is A New Hope. So
okay,
yeah, I think it's the most standalone movie. It was made as a standalone movie.
Oh, absolutely.
It's sort of just a perfect story, I think, in a lot of ways. It's not the deepest movie, but I really think it's a masterpiece of film. I think you had this on your should have won Best Picture.
Should have won Best Picture, yeah. Annie Hall won in 1977, but yeah, this definitely should. It was groundbreaking. I mean, it was changed sci-fi and film forever. So
yeah, this is it's a phenomenon movie, and I recognize it. It doesn't get old for me. I love it. So to me, it's my number 3.
Yeah, okay.
I think you just had it too low.
Hey, to each their own. Yeah. Mr. Force Awakens at number
6.
My number 3 is Force Awakens, my friend.
Oh,
number
sorry
3.
to hear that.
For some reason, I don't know, man.
3 space is too high.
Sorry, man. Force Awakens just hits me where it hit all the points where it needs to hit. The ending alone just brought back to me that Star Wars is back. This movie basically, it had parallels to the original, had parallels. I wouldn't say it's a remake. Wouldn't say it's shot for shot. I love Daisy Ridley as Rey. I think she's great. I think she's great. But this was a movie that just basically said to me that, hey, Star Wars back. Sorry what we did with the prequels, but here we have it. This is what we're giving you. Star Wars is back, and I totally agreed with what they gave me. And it gives me goosebumps. That last scene with Rey and Luke, that alone ups this on my list. I know we said scenes won't up it on our list. It doesn't.
That's okay.
But again, just that in that final battle with Rey and Kylo, I thought was great. And again, I think it was great. All the emotional points it needed to hit for me. I walked out of the theater smiling ear to ear. One of the best movie experiences I've ever had in the theater.
Wow. Well, it's a good movie. I just don't like it that much. You're right though. It did solidify Star Wars is back, so I will give it credit for that.
Okay, yeah.
I'll give it definitely its due on that. So so that
I think we're being very mature today.
Yeah, but it's still too high.
But, hey,
all right,
it's whatever. But all right, so what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Rogue One.
Okay.
I love this movie.
It's so good. So good.
It's great. So, we're going to get into this in our episode of why I like it so much. But this is another one that's really another standalone movie. You don't need to have known too much.
That's true.
Vader could have just been some bad guy in this.
Yeah, that's true. But I think it helps to have seen the other movies to really love it.
Yeah, But I think this one could have worked as one.
Definitely.
I just really like it. It's a quality movie, an unexpected quality movie, at least for me. I didn't have much expectations for this one. I'm like, well, it could be interesting, but it exceeded mine.
Yeah.
So that's my number 2, which is, I think, a really high bar.
I love the concept of it and everything. I love that that's what they chose to tell the story.
Yep.
My number 2 is Return of the Jedi, which, again, we'll get into in an episode.
I can't argue with number 2.
Yeah, number 2, again, that was the one I watched most as a kid and have a big soft spot for it and just love the final battle at the end.
That's great.
And just it's amazing. So, again, we'll get into it again.
And I think we
I think we finally is this the first number we share?
It could be.
That's actually surprising. I thought we would share different rankings. I think we were different on all of them.
Well, there we go. A couple were like flip-flopped.
Yeah, flip-flopped, but still it was different.
Different list. It's good. Except for this one, which is undeniable. The Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars ever made.
It sure is.
Check out our episode on this.
Yep, we already talked about it. So, again, just such a in-depth movie as to who these characters are and what the Force is and everything like that. Just perfect movie all around for me.
Absolutely.
So, there we have it. So, just real quickly, just go through your list.
I have, from worst to best, Attack of the Clones, The Phantom Menace, The Force Awakens, where it should be, Revenge of the Sith, The Return of the Jedi, A New Hope, Rogue One, and Empire Strikes Back.
I have at number 8, Phantom Menace. Number 7, Attack of the Clones. Number 6, Revenge of the Sith. Number 5, A New Hope. Number 4, Rogue One. Number 3, rightly so, is Force Awakens. Number 2, Return of the Jedi. And number 1, Empire Strikes Back.
There you go.
Great.
That's a great list.
Yeah, mine's the right one. So in case,
where we put Force Awakens and then we move it down.
Oh, right. Sorry about that.
And that's a list I can get behind.
Okay,
as
is, not so much.
No.
All right, folks. Well, there you have it. Share with us what your rankings are for the Star Wars films. We'd love to hear it.
Tell Ben how wrong he is and how right I am about being The Force Awakens not being so good.
Yep. Do what you got to do. All right. Watch us on YouTube. Hey, follow us, subscribe, and iTunes. Give us reviews, comments, do all that. Follow us on, support us on Patreon. A lot of benefits there. Be sure to do that. Give us a shout out. Our Twitter is @BlockbusterCast. My personal account is @BSecord.
I'm at Dave_Quist.
All right, Dave. As always, your list was
superior,
but do what you got to do.
Yeah.
All right, folks, that is it for us. For Davo, I'm Ben Secord, and as always, grab some popcorn, grab some snacks. We'll catch you guys.
That's the movies.